The Minnesota Vikings have just dropped a bombshell on the coaching staff that changes everything for the offense. A key figure is out, and the Kevin O'Connell era is entering a ruthless new phase right now. But before we break this down, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit that like button, and tell me in the comments, which city are you watching from? We have major breaking news coming out of Eagan today that is going to send shockwaves through the entire NFC North. The Minnesota Vikings have officially decided to part ways with offensive line coach Chris Cooper. After 4 long seasons grinding in the trenches with this squad, the organization has chosen not to extend his contract. This is not a simple mutual parting of ways. This is a calculated, aggressive decision by head coach Kevin O'Connell to completely shake up the foundation of this offense. Cooper has been the man responsible for the protection calls, the run game installation, and the development of the big men up front. But clearly, the results on the field did not meet the championship standards of this regime. Sources indicate this move signals the beginning of a much wider coaching staff reshuffle following the 2025 season. The front office is looking at the sack numbers, the pressure rates, and the inability to establish the run in crunch time, and they are making a change. This is the first major domino to fall in what promises to be a volatile offseason. When you remove the offensive line coach, you are telling the entire roster that the status quo is dead. O'Connell is demanding a more physical, dominant identity, and he believes a new voice is required to get it. This is a massive shakeup that will have immediate consequences for how this team prepares for the next season. The message is loud and clear: produce or pack your bags. The offensive line is the engine of the team, and the Vikings just decided to swap out the mechanic.
The departure of Chris Cooper is far more than just a positional coaching change. It is a massive signal flare regarding the entire offensive philosophy of the Minnesota Vikings moving forward. When you bring in a new offensive line coach, you are often bringing in a completely new blocking scheme. Are the Vikings shifting from a zone-heavy scheme to a gap scheme? This decision impacts the roster construction immediately and drastically. We have to look at the salary cap implications. If the new coach demands different personnel, we could see veteran linemen with heavy cap hits being cut to make room for guys who fit the new system. This puts the spotlight squarely on the upcoming NFL draft. The Vikings might now prioritize a tackle or a guard in the first round to give the new coach a blue-chip prospect to mold. Furthermore, this increases the pressure on Kevin O'Connell. By making this move, he is removing a layer of insulation. If the line struggles again next year, the blame falls directly on the head coach for making the wrong hire. This is a high-stakes gamble to elevate the offense. Fans need to understand that continuity on the offensive line is usually king, so disrupting that continuity means they believe the current ceiling was too low. We need to keep our eyes peeled for who they interview next. This hire will dictate the identity of the Vikings offense for the foreseeable future. It is a bold, aggressive move that proves the front office is not satisfied with being just good. They want to be elite, and it starts with a new leader in the trench warfare. The locker room will be watching closely to see who steps in to lead the unit. I'm signing off. Keep your head on a swivel because the offseason chaos is just getting started.